Welcome to Invictus Porsche. We've got a Porsche 911 997 Generation 2. These are quite rare and the values have gone up through the roof due to the fact it has a DFI engine, and this means you no longer have the concern of the Series 1 engines, which are along the lines of, bore scoring, IMS bearing, unless they've actually had a rebuild or unless they've been actually bore checked, etc. Well, now to really get into the crux of this, because there's quite a few other reasons, which is what makes these cars special, please don't forget to press that subscribe button and let's just get right into it now. So listen to this for a moment. Let's drop the gears. We're on fourth, third. I know it's windy, but nice, beautiful, warm air is blowing through my bald head. I can still feel it through the sensors there. It may look like a Generation 1997 aesthetically, but honestly it isn't mechanically. But also there's got quite a few subtle cosmetic changes, such as the LED daytime running lights. The front bumper's been redesigned, including the rear bumper, and on the 4S you can see that that light strip all the way from one light to another light, including the rear lights have got a slightly bit of an aggressive shape to the back of it. Now additionally, obviously the suspension has been completely redesigned, including sort of how the interior is, as well as the engine at the back. So there's quite a few numerous major changes. Point number two, they were made around the recession time, therefore very few of them actually ever really sold. Therefore they're quite limited in terms of supply currently in the market right now, but the same applies over the past number of years. Therefore anything that is rare, unfortunately, it's a supply and a demand thing. More people want it and there's fewer of them out and about, therefore the values are the values they are. Currently something like this with 64,000 miles should be retailing at about £40,000. If you are looking for one as of today, when this video goes up, it is available, but it might not be available in 2 months time. Now in terms of spec, this has these beautiful gorgeous 20-inch alloys, complemented by this Arctic silver metallic paint color. On the inside it is complemented by this almost like Metropole blue leather interior, which I think looks phenomenal, including the fact you've got the smooth leather steering wheel. You've got the PDK gearbox. Most of these cars were optioned by customers paying the additional, £2,000 to have the PDK rather than the manual, because the PDK was the way to go. It's a dual clutch gearbox, absolutely phenomenal. In terms of other mechanical spec, this has the Porsche active suspension management button, including Bluetooth connectivity to pick up, drop telephone calls, a navigation system, and you've also got the benefit for cruise control. These seats, if you're wondering what type of seats they are the comfort seats, and something cool about them is the fact that they're both heated and cooling. So you've got the option of both heated and cooling here. Now sound wise, you've got the Bose sound system, and if you've got kids that are pretty tall, not short like me, in a convertible you've got the advantage of actually, let me just demonstrate, your kids sitting at the back without the sloping coupe roofline hitting your head, which is very handy. So I can comfortably sit here for, should it be necessary, for about an hour, but I'm sure kids wouldn't mind. It's a bit of an experience, and you actually get a much nicer view sitting at the back than at the front, because your view isn't obstructed by the windscreen and the B-pillars. So this is about just a couple of things that makes something like this special. Let's get into it, drive it, and tell you a bit more about it. The Porsche 911 is the perfect balance between a sports car and a car that you can practically daily, every single day, because you've got the 2+2 layout due to the fact that the engine is on the rear. You've got a nice sizable boot size at the front, and then when you've got a car like this that's a convertible, it offers the benefit of both worlds, because on days like this, when the sun's out, the temperature is just about right, you can really have fun and enjoy the car. And some people might say that the convertible isn't really the purest Porsche 911, it's got to be coupe, it's got to be a manual. That's not true, because the PDK dual clutch gearbox, from a performance point of view, gives you better performance figures, and also is so much more engaging. And the convertible, you can actually hear the engine and not feel insulated through the coupe roof. So listen to this for a moment. Let's drop the gears. We're on fourth, third. I know it's windy, but you know, nice, beautiful, warm air is blowing through my bald head. You know, I can still feel it through the sensors there. And at about 5,000 RPM, wow, what a sound it produces. Because when you're in a convertible, you can hear everything. You can hear practically everything. All the road noise, all the noise from the engine, etc. Fifth gear, let's drop it to third actually. 4,000 RPM. I'm speechless. It drives that good. If it wasn't for, you know, traffic in front of us, I'm having the time of my life, really. And what can you expect out of the 3.8 litre naturally aspirated boxer engine from a performance point of view, figures wise? Well, you're looking at 380 bhp, 420 newton meters of torque, and the 0 to 60 in a splendid 4.7 seconds. In terms of the top speed, that is 183 miles an hour. And if you're somebody that is sort of slightly concerned about your MPG, you should know that it offers combined MPG wise between 25 to 30, and motorway MPG you could be getting a good mid-30s, about 35 miles per gallon. But you know, who said Porsches aren't economical enough? You know, that's a debate that you could actually have about the Aston Martins or the Maseratis or the Ferraris. Porsches, from an emission point of view, offers absolutely splendid emissions numbers, as well as economy, which in my opinion is uncomparable to many of the other sports cars. And to really hone the point of the PDK gearbox in these 911s, you don't ever feel the gears changing because of the, you know, the Doppelkupplungsgetriebe, the dual clutch transmission. The two clutches work off odd and even numbers, so you'd have 1, 3, 5 and 7, and the other gearbox work off 2, and the other clutch work off 2 and 5. So it's just so seamless, so fluid, fantastic, absolutely fantastic, absolutely unbeatable. And again, you know, when you want to get in your car and enjoy it and feel like, you know, you can just focus on your journey and have fun, you know, you don't want to be there, you know, shuffling and pushing gears up and down, whether it's in traffic or whether it's on the motorway. And from a spec point of view, this has something really good as well, which is the cruise control. If you are going to be doing trips to the south of France, to Bordeaux, to Spain or to Portugal, you know, press that cruise control button on, and you know, that's it. My foot is off the accelerator, and boom, voila, it's doing the job for me. And now, from a maintenance point of view, you'll be pleased to know that these cars only need a service, and it's a minor and a major service, every 2 years or 20,000 miles. So if you've done a minor service, the next one would be a major, and so forth. Other maintenance aspects on these, I mean, overall, because of the age of the car it is now, you know, you'd expect to do the standard serviceable items such as your coolant crossover pipes, the front condensers, your coolant pipes, brake lines, just the standard stuff that should be getting picked up on any PDI or on any MOT. And then other than that, it's just your tires, discs and pads, just making sure that all these things are safe and, you know, good for the purpose it needs to be. So, you know, I hope I've covered the bases that I need to cover on a car like this. You know, if you are in the market for something like this, don't hold back, and go out there and buy one, and just make your dream of owning a Porsche 911 come true. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey here with us at Invictus, and see you for the next one. God, that was awesome.